gang stalking. What is it? Well, so far that I've learned, it does deal with the FBI. As far as I know so far, there's a group. Some of them travel. Some of them don't leave. What you call your locals. And then you got the group that travels. And they come through. And you get put on this list. Government watch list is what my understanding is. But it goes further than that. Because the feds are probably the ones that travel, would be my take on the thing. And the locals, which are local police, retired sheriffs, volunteers, and they follow you. They don't talk to you. They don't say hi to you. They take 2 steps back when you take 2 steps towards them. Yeah. If they're on foot, there's always 2 of them together. Possibly 3. More likely 3. Now, in their cars, it could be individuals. And when they're stalking you, if you know that they're stalking you, like, say for instance, I ditched them 4 times, and they found me. They were pinging my phone, or they had a tracking device on my car. I would say pinging my phone at first, but boy did I take them for a ride. Believe that. That's when I first noticed them. Yeah. Anyways, so once you know that they're there and you're aware that they're there, then they fuck with your head bad. Like, they make themselves visible and seen to you, but they won't come within, like, I don't know, 100 yards of you. But they watch you. Then they have mind tactics, mind games. Say for instance, 2 of them. There's always 2 on foot or more. If you see 2 of them, there's more of them. Now, they would surround my clients' houses and let themselves be seen. You can't see their faces. They wear hoodies. They wear masks. Thanks to COVID, that makes it really easy for them. So be prepared. Like, say, okay, this happened to me. The car chase part is cool. I love to drive cars, and I can drive cars like no other. I had an '83 Toyota Tercel, little four-banger, manual, and I ditched them 4 times. I ended up painting my car into a bullseye. Just to fuck with them back. It took some really good driving to get the license plate number 10022U. Yeah. Anyways. So, make long story short, I think they planted something in my car, and I ended up selling my car after I got kicked out of Ashland, Oregon. I got told that I had 20 minutes to get out of town or they were going to arrest me, and I didn't even do anything wrong. I went from Ashland to Medford, pulled into Medford, first stop, first exit that I seen, and got off and went into Fred Meyer's and sold my car. Yeah. And I still came up short on getting my antibiotics for the blood poisoning that I ended up getting. Ended up in jail on a burg charge for stealing a candy bar out of somebody's house and passing out on their back porch. I took it to trial and won. Yeah, nobody even knew I was there. 2 months. Yeah. Matthew Rowan. Damn good lawyer. Anyways, so things to watch out for. Let's just say, I was walking one morning because I got sketched out. It's about 5:36. Took off walking. Walked from Oregon Avenue all the way down Washburn Way to Walmart. Now this is probably a good 2.5, 3 miles. And I had burns, really bad burns. Yeah, skin graft type stuff. And I had a torch lighter, a long one, about that bigger, about, I don't know, about a little bit longer than a Sharpie. And I lost that motherfucker on Washburn Way. And I get to Walmart. I lost it halfway down Washburn Way. I get to Walmart. And I walk back. And I get back across town. My boss picks me up for work. And I go back home that night, crash out, take the next day off. The next morning I get up, my boss picks me up, we go to the job site, and there was my torch. Okay, like, this is one of the busiest streets in Klamath Falls as far as pedestrians go. And for something the size that it is, and a good torch lighter it is, wouldn't sit there for no day and a half. So it threw up a bunch of questions in my head. I was actually thankful, and I told him thank you for returning my lighter to me. But anyways, so they watch you. If you drop something out of your pocket, more than likely you'll probably find it later on in the weirdest places, and you won't know how it got there. Little things from your house just like disappear. You don't know where the fuck they went, but they reappear somewhere where they're not supposed to be. Yeah. They do little mind games to fuck with your head. If you have your own pad, like me, camper, you get mice, throw some mice up in there. You know what I mean? There's just a shit ton of things that they can do to you to make your day miserable and shitty. Yeah, we'll get to that later on. All I can say is I gotta watch out what I'm doing, because I'll probably end up in some sheriff's garage out in Keno. There's 3 of them right down the road. No joke. There's locals that are involved, and they get together and they stalk you. They follow you. Now, my belief and how I'm looking at it is there's the group themselves, which is a big group, like, I don't know, 35 people, let's say, per se. And we're going to label them gang stalkers, okay? Now, out of that 30 people in that group, there's another group inside that group. And you know what they do? My skin graph is on my hand. Should be the color of my skin. Should it not be? Yeah. Fuck around and get burned. Burn the wrong person. Anyways, so let's just say that they have doctors, lawyers, fucking paramedics, police. Like, more than likely, I'll bet there's store owners involved in it. Like, it's pretty crazy. You gotta watch what you eat. They're good at drugging people. what's crazy is it's good cop, bad cop. And the good cops just look the other way at what the bad cops are doing. They don't want to know what the bad cops are doing. And frankly, I don't think most of them care. Gang stalking is one of the ways to embezzle money, to smuggle drugs, to be on the outlaw side of things. I don't know who these people are. I don't want to know who they are. I just know that they're there. I spent, a month in the hospital when I put out an accidental fire. I got burned from elbow to fingertip. Lost a little bit of vision in my right eye. Almost lost my ear, my nose. Burns are no joke. It's been 3.5 months, and I'm still healing. Yeah. They put cuffs on you. It's fucked up. See those scars? Yeah. Cuffs suck when you got fucking burns. You know what was crazy was if you're being followed by this organization, gang stalking, they have a do not pull over order on you. Like, this one day, I think it was like the first, no, it had have been like the third week or second week I was back. Anyways, my car got stuck in Moore Park. And, no, I parked it in Moore Park and went for a walk. Like, one good way to find out if they are stalking you, like, what I did was I drove to Moore Park and parked my car up in the back part where the woods area is, and it starts going uphill, and it's like, hella steep, and there's branches, twigs, fucking brush. There's no way in hell that you're gonna be followed without them making any noise whatsoever, because they're not fucking ninjas, dude. So I parked my car there and I head up the hill, and I run up the hill as fast as I can, and believe me, I can run, dude. I'm in really good shape. Yeah. Let's just say when you get up and you run, and they gotta follow you, right? They gotta stay a certain distance away from you. But they're making just as much noise as you are, so you fucking run, and you stop all of a sudden and you listen, and you'll hear him to the left and to the right, running, trying to get ahead of you, so they don't lose you. Normally they'll have one on each side of you, run and get ahead of you, and then there'll be two more following you from behind. Like, yeah. Anyways. So, my car got stuck, right? Well, anyways, I took off running up the hill, and I stopped, and I'd run again, and then stop, and I could hear him to the left and to the right of me breaking branches and brush and all sorts of shit, and I'm just like, holy shit, man. Like, what the fuck? Are these people, like, are they gonna kill me, or are they gonna fucking, like, what do they want? What are they gonna do, you know? So, I said, fuck, heading off into the woods. So I turned immediately around and ran back down towards the park. And I said, fuck it. And I ran all the way through the park. And I ran down to the lake. And this is probably a good 3 football fields away from my car. And I started heading down the shoreline. And Klamath Lake is a big lake. And I'm like, you know what? I'll swim and get away from them. I don't care how cold it is. I can do it. So I start heading down the shoreline. And I'm watching these cars. They would stop. And they'd watch me. And I'd get so far away, and then they'd pull off. And then they'd go down the road, Lakeshore Drive. And then they would stop somebody's property. And get out and watch me. And I keep walking the shoreline. And it eventually comes and narrows to the road. And so I'm pretty much in, like, I'm on the shoreline, but I'm on people's property, okay? And as I'm walking, I probably go about a football field, and then I'm on somebody else's property. And then go a football field and hop another fence, and I'm somebody else's property. And anyways, it narrows down to the road again. And I see this dude, and he's looking at me, staring at me, and I'm on his property. And I run down to him, and I'm like, hey, can you help me out? And he's like, yeah, how could I help you? And I'm like, well, I need a ride out of here. And now you got to picture this, like, hey, my arms are wrapped in gauze, backcitration wraps, and from elbow to fingertip, pretty much. And I have my shirt off, and I come running down the hill, and I'm talking to him, and I got my shirt in my hand, and it's ripped and torn, and I'm talking to the guy, and the guy goes in the house, right? And this dude comes out, and it just happens to be my ex's brother-in-law, and he's drunk as fuck, dude, and he looks at my arms, and he's like, holy shit, what happened, dude? And so I take my wraps off, and I show him, dude, and he's like, holy fuck, that happened just now, and they're so fucking drunk, and they wouldn't listen to me, and they called the paramedics. They called 911 and said that I just got burned. And anyways, so I had to go to the hospital, which is alright with me. It's pretty much like I thought was a safe place, was a hospital. That's where I would go to get sleep when they were watching me. Little did I know that the gang stalking goes doctors, lawyers, and them. Like, yeah. So anyways, My car's locked up.